Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Strong Math. Today in this video we are going to discuss about 5 important problems related to the chapter complex number. So let's start with the first problem. All the points in the set S, the set is alpha plus I by alpha minus I such that alpha belongs to R. Alpha is real number. Lie on a There are 4 options given: circle whose radius is root 2, straight line whose slope is -1, circle whose center is 1 and straight line whose slope is 1. So in the given options either it will represent a circle or a straight line. So at first let's take any point in this set Z equals to alpha plus I by alpha minus I. So then x plus iy, suppose z equals to x plus iy is equals to alpha plus I by alpha minus I. So simply if we multiply by the conjugate of the denominator, then we'll get alpha plus I whole square by alpha square plus 1. Okay, alpha minus I into alpha plus I gives us alpha square minus I square, which is alpha square plus 1. So this will be alpha square plus 2I alpha plus I square by alpha square plus 1. Okay, so this will be alpha square minus 1 by alpha square plus 1 plus I into 2 alpha by alpha square plus 1. So we have written in the form of a plus ib. Now comparing the real parts and imaginary parts on both sides, we will get a result. So we have x equals to alpha square minus 1 by alpha square plus 1 and y equals to 2 alpha by alpha square plus 1. Now students, if we take the sum of the squares of x and y, then we have x square, that means alpha square minus 1 by alpha square plus 1 whole square plus 2 alpha by alpha square plus 1 whole square. This will gives us, look, the denominators in each cases are same. So this will be alpha square plus 1 whole square, alpha square minus 1 whole square plus 4 alpha square. So look, this is in the form of a minus b whole square plus 4ab. Here a is alpha square and b is 1. So we can easily write that, look at the board, x square plus y square gives us, this will be alpha square a minus b whole square plus 4ab gives us a plus b whole square. So alpha square plus 1 whole square by alpha square plus 1 whole square, that is x square plus y square equals to 1, that is 1 square. Okay, so we know that this is an equation of circle whose center is at 0 0 and radius is 1. Therefore which option is correct? A circle whose radius is 1. So option C is correct. Okay, now moving on to the next problem. Problem number 2. Let z equals to c be such that mod z is less than 1. So modulus of z is less than 1, it is given. If omega equals to 5 plus 3z by 5 into 1 minus z, then imaginary 4 into imaginary of omega greater than 5, 5 into real omega greater than 1, 5 into imaginary omega less than 1, 5 into real omega greater than 4. Among 4 options, which option is right? So we have to find it. So let omega equals to x plus iy. Here omega and z both are real, both are complex numbers. Okay, z is any complex number and omega is 5 plus 3z by 5 into 1 minus z. So therefore omega is also a complex number. Now starting with the given condition omega equals to 5 plus 3z by 5 into 1 minus z, then cross multiplying we have 5 minus 5z into omega. Okay, this equals to 5 plus 3z, then this will be 5 omega minus 5z omega equals to 5 plus 3z. Taking the terms involved with z together, we have 5 omega minus 5 equals to, taking common z, then we have 3 plus 5 omega. Now taking modulus on both sides, we have modulus of 5 omega minus 5 equals to modulus of z into 3 plus 5 omega. Now applying the property of modulus of product of any two functions, we know that mod of AB is equals to mod A into mod B. So applying that, we will get modulus of z into 3 plus 5 omega gives us mod z into 3 plus 5 omega, modulus of 3 plus 5 omega. Okay. Now rewrite this line as we have mod z equals to modulus 5 omega minus 5 divided by modulus 3 plus 5 omega. Remember the given condition mod z is less than 1, so this is less than 1. Okay, so as this number mod z is less than 1, so clearly modulus 5 omega minus 5 less than modulus 3 plus 5 omega. Now we have already chosen omega equals to x plus iy. Putting the value of omega, we have modulus of 5x, taking common 5, we have x plus iy minus 1 is less than 3 plus 5 into x plus iy. Okay, now dividing or multiplying with 1 by 5 on both sides, we have modulus of x minus 1. These two are real parts. Now remember, imaginary part of omega is y, real part of omega is x, so we have to find out the conditions related to either x or y. Okay, so this is the real part x minus 1 and imaginary part is y is less than, we have divided by 5 on both sides, so this will be 3 by 5 plus x plus iy, right? We know that mod z, if mod z equals to mod of x plus iy, then by the property of modulus we can write it as root over x square plus y square. Now we are going to apply this concept. Okay, this implies root under x minus 1 whole square plus 1 square is equals to, less than root under, here imaginary part is y and real part is x plus 3 by 5, so x plus 3 by 5 whole square plus y square. So now taking square on both sides, we can remove the square root from both sides, right? Okay, fine. So now applying the square formula, this will be x square minus 2x plus 1 is less than x square plus 6x by 5 plus 9 by 25 plus y square. Now we can easily remove the terms, so this will be y square. Okay, so we can easily remove the terms like x square and y square from both sides. So we have a relation involved with x and the constant term only. So clearly we have to check whether it is real omega, 5 real omega greater than 1 or 5 real omega greater than 4, because x is the real part of omega, right? So we have minus 2x minus 6x by 5 less than 9 by 25 minus 1. So this implies minus 16x by 5 less than minus 16 by 25. So cancelling out 16 from both sides, we have x by 5 greater than 1 by 25. So we have 5x is greater than 1 as the final answer. Okay, so obviously 5x, x is the real part of omega, so real part of omega is greater than 1, so option B is correct for this question. Okay, I hope you can understand this problem. Third problem, the smallest positive integer n for which 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole to the power n is 1, and the value of n, option A, either 8 or 16 or 12 or none of the above. Okay, so let's start. How to solve this one? Just we are going to multiply with the conjugate of the denominator. So this will be 1 plus I by 1 plus I whole to the power n equals to 1. This implies 1 plus I whole square by 1 square minus I square, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So 1 square minus I square gives us 1 whole to the power n equals to 1. Okay, so this is 1 plus I whole square means 1 plus 2i plus I square divided by 2, and we know that whole to the power n equals to 1. We know that I square is minus 1. So if we write the value of I square, then 1 minus 1 will be cancelled out. Okay, so and 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator will be cancelled out. So here it will be I to the power n equals to 1, and we know that I to the power 4, iota to the power 4 equals to 1. Therefore value of n will be 4. In this case, the final answer is the option number D, that is none of the above, because here the value of n is 4. So this was problem number 3. Moving on to the problem number 4. It is given that if determinant of this equals to x plus iy, then which of the following options is correct? So we have to find out the value of x and y. Okay, look at the options. So simply we are going to solve this determinant. We are going to apply the properties of determinant in this problem. So if we taking common minus 3i from the second column, then this will be 6i. First and third column remains unchanged, and this will be 1 minus 1i. Okay, equals to x plus iy. Look, if we take common minus 3i from the second column, then this is 1, minus 3i into 1 is minus 3i, minus 3i into minus 1 plus 3i, minus 3i into I minus 3i square, that is minus 3 into minus 1 is 3. Okay, now look, the second column and third column are identical. By the properties of determinant, we know that if any two rows or any two columns become identical for a determinant, then the value of the determinant is 0. So this left hand side becomes 0. Okay, so this implies x plus iy equals to 0. Okay, by the property of determinant, this determinant is 0. So this implies real part is 0, imaginary part is also 0. So for this problem, option D is correct. Okay, so now let's move on to the last problem of today's discussion, that is problem number 5. For this last problem, this is a problem of multi-answer type question. Okay, that is, there may be one or more than one options right for this problem. Let a, b, x, y be real numbers such that a minus b equals to 1. It is given. And y not equals to 0 if the complex number z equals to x plus iy satisfies imaginary of az plus b by z plus 1 equals to y, then the values of x are, so there may be one option correct or more than one options correct. Okay, so let's start with the complex number az plus b by z plus 1, putting the value of z, that is a into x plus iy plus b by x plus iy plus 1, this is equals to y, sorry, this is not equals to y, the imaginary part of this number is y. So at first let's simplify this one. Look, this is ax plus b. Ax plus b is the real part for the denominator, sorry, plus aiy. At first let's represent this complex number in the form of a plus ib. Okay, so this is x plus 1 plus iy. So what to do? We have to multiply with the conjugate complex number of the complex number which is in the denominator. So this will be x plus 1 whole square plus iy whole square, and we have to multiply the numerator by x plus 1 minus iy, right? So now look, imaginary of this number, imaginary of the given number is equals to, look, if we multiply ax plus b with minus iy, then we will get imaginary part. So ax plus b y, this into this imaginary part gives us the imaginary part, and we will get another imaginary part if we multiply x plus 1 into ai plus into aiy. So another imaginary part will be ay into x plus 1 divided by the denominator x plus 1 whole square minus y square. Look, we have only written the imaginary part here. How to get the imaginary part? Real part of the first term into the imaginary part of the second term plus imaginary part of the first term with the real part of the second term. So we have the imaginary part of the given complex number. Now this equals to minus axy minus by plus axy plus ay divided by x plus y whole square minus y square, cancelling out minus axy plus axy, we have only a minus b into y divided by x plus 1 whole square minus y square. Now by the given condition, imaginary of this number is equals to y. So imaginary of this number gives us a minus b into y by x plus 1 whole square minus y square. Okay, so as imaginary of this complex number equals to y, we can equate the result with y. So therefore a minus b into y divided by x plus 1 whole square minus y square equals to y. And look, a minus b is given equals to 1. So we have y by x plus 1 whole square minus y square equals to y. Cancelling out y from both sides, we have the required relation x plus 1 whole square minus y square equals to 1. So now from this equation we can easily find out the values of x. So what are the values of x? This implies x plus 1 whole square If we take minus y square on the right hand side, then 1 plus y square. So for quadratic equations, we'll get two roots. So x plus 1 gives us plus minus root under 1 plus y square. So from this relation, we'll get the values of x equals to minus 1 plus minus root under 1 plus y square. So we have two roots or two values for x, and they are minus 1 plus root over 1 plus y square, that is option D, as well as minus 1 minus root over 1 plus y square, that is option B. So for this problem there are two options correct. There are two correct options available, and they are B and D. So that's it for today's discussion. I hope you can understand each and every problem. These were the very important problems related to iota form of complex number. In our next video, we will discuss about some more problems related to some more sections of complex number. So keep watching my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and comment, and obviously please do subscribe my channel Strong Math. Mention your query. Keep watching. Thank you.